Broccoli is always popular, right? Well, I mean, not with everybody, but my family really loves it, and I'm always looking for new ways to use it in delicious meals. Today's recipe is kind of cool, making a broccoli pesto for pasta and then serving it with white beans. Cut up a head of broccoli. You need about 4 cups total, about 1-inch pieces. It kind of doesn't matter how big they are, but the smaller they are, the less time they'll take to cook to tenderness. Have a large pot of water boiling. It's gonna cook your broccoli to make the pesto and your pasta. So nice and big, salted water. I'm not gonna say that you should, but you could use frozen broccoli here if you wanted to. You wanna cook the broccoli for about 4 minutes or until it's completely tender, and then lift it out with a slotted spoon or a spider, my favorite tool, the spider. This is a very, very big spider. This is the large size, small and large. And then you cook the pasta in the same water. So don't drain it, save your water. It's not only bright green, but it's also tender. So I'm gonna take it out of the boiling water. Get as much of the liquid out as possible. Now you're not gonna shock this or anything, so you don't wanna overcook it because you don't want it to be all gray. Like I said, don't drain it. I'm using a spider to take it out because I'm gonna add the pasta directly to this water. You don't use a whole box, 10 or 12 ounces is fine. Any shape of pasta will work. I'm using fusilli, but you know, your preference, short pasta. This pasta takes about 11 minutes to cook, and that's great because it'll take about maybe 11 minutes to make the rest of the sauce, and we're all done. Broccoli should go into your food processor, and then you need a ½ cup of chopped fresh flat leaf parsley. You can use curly too. We always use flat leaf because that's what we like, but you know, curly's pretty good too, so if that's all you can get, that's cool. Just remove the big stems. You don't have to chop it up or anything because it's going also directly in the food processor with the broccoli. A ¼ cup of grated Parmesan, and then some lemon zest and lemon juice. About a tablespoon of lemon juice and a teaspoon of zest. Make sure you always zest before you juice because it's really hard to zest a juiced lemon. Depending on the size of your lemon, you may need more than 1 lemon for a teaspoon of zest. Though I don't really love having zested lemons laying around in my fridge. I mean, I will leave them in the fridge, and they stay much better refrigerated than at room temp, but they dry out much more quickly that way. You go bad. Into the food processor with the lemon zest, and then you can juice it. These seem pretty juicy. Let's see. Oh yeah, that was a tablespoon. ½ a lemon this time. 5 teaspoons of olive oil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not a lot. This is pretty low fat. And then ½ a clove of garlic. You don't want it overwhelming. Sometimes what I like to do is put the garlic in with the pasta or in with the broccoli and then grind it up so it's a little bit cooked, but I didn't do that this time, so I'm being extra careful with the amount I use. And then a little bit of salt. Then just blend it up. Isn't that bright green and beautiful? It might need a little bit more salt. I didn't add that much, but the water was salted, so the broccoli will have some flavor from that. It's good. Does it need a little more salt? Just a tiny bit. Like a ½ teaspoon more. All right, that's it. And I bet my pasta's ready too. All right, save a couple cups of pasta water. You probably won't need all of it, but just to be safe, good enough. Drain it, and then the pasta can go back in the pot on the stove. Then add a can of white beans that have been drained and rinsed, 15½ ounce can, and then the pesto. Add the pesto. I just love the use of broccoli in this dish. I think it's really clever and cool. I'm not trying to hide the vegetables. You know I don't like that, but I really do like the innovative use of vegetables. So this is really right up my alley, and it's super delicious, and it's vegetarian. And I generally don't do resolutions, but I did secretly resolve to myself to eat more vegetarian this year. So don't tell anybody I had a resolution, but it kind of is that. Add a little bit of pasta water, just as much as you need to loosen the sauce and make everything nice and coated, and you can heat it gently. It's kind of lower in fat too. High in protein because of the beans, fiber, vegetables, broccoli's really awesome for you. It's got a lot of things going for it. And it's bright and fresh and beautiful. I'm totally for this dish. I hope that you will be too. Let's have some. Isn't it pretty? I think so. Finally, I've chosen to use the proper spoon for serving. It makes it so much easier. All those years trying to serve with a wooden spoon. What's the matter with you? Crazy girl. It's a bright, fresh start to the new year. All vegetarian this week, so check it out. Hi guys, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to click here if you want to subscribe and click over here if you want to continue watching more great videos like this.